Hey everyone, this video shows some of the information franchisees and store managers get from Franchise Blast's Field Audits app. If your business coach or district manager is using Franchise Blast, then as a franchisee, you can log into the system to print reports, see some analytics, and collaborate on tasks. To get started, log into Franchise Blast and select the Field Audits button. Here you'll see a list of all the locations that you either own or manage. Select a location from the list to see a full audit history. So this tells us that 18 audits have been performed at this location compared to 151 across the entire franchise. And we see how the audit scores for this location compare to the franchise average as well. Here we see some year-over-year data, and here's a list of all the previous audits performed at this location. So let's drill into the most recent one. This shows how the audit looked when it was submitted by the business coach. We can export a nice PDF version that'll allow us to view, save, and print the report. Now there's a full version that'll show you exactly how each question was answered and scored. We can look at the executive summary if we just want to see the section scores and just the questions on the audit that either failed or need improvement. This can be exported into PDF as well. Now that we know how to view and print audits, let's look at some of the analytics. We'll start by trying to identify specific areas of weakness for this location. Click on the Analytics tab and choose an audit from the drop-down menu. This rolls up the results from the review, and we see here it was completed 6 times at this location. We see the location average 73.84% across those 6 audits, and we can scroll through the report question by question. We see here that greeting and welcoming guests is happening 83% of the time, but following the proper ordering procedures, only 67%. This is really great information and something that you probably won't have if you're using an Excel or a paper-based method before, but it can be overwhelming when there's so many questions on the audit. So there's about 100 or 150 questions on this particular report. And that's why we developed the heat map. If we go back to the top of the page, we see it here. When we hover our mouse over the top bar of the heat map, it shows us that this audit again got 73.84%. But what's interesting is if we bring our mouse to the bar below that, we see a section within the audit, cleanliness, and it got 68.8% average. And we can do this right down to the individual questions on the report. We can also highlight in red what's the weakest questions on this report. So we see walk-in coolers at the correct temperature. And this can still be overwhelming. So let's just look at the questions on the audit that scored below 45%. This removes all of the other questions and just shows the top 4 or 5 things that you can improve at this location that'll increase future audit scores. But what if you're a multi-unit franchisee and you want to see a roll-up of this report across multiple locations? Well, let's go back to the audit main page and select Global Analytics. This shows us the same report and heat map that we just saw, but includes all of the locations that we manage. There's some data filters at the top where we can segment some of those stores, but it's the same thing. Just select the audit type and you see the information. Now, if you want to know 2 or 3 things that you can focus on that'll have the biggest impact across all of your locations, then this is the place to start. Now there are a few other reports in Franchise Blast, but those are the main ones for the Field Audits app. Now let's look at the task system and how we can collaborate with business coaches through Franchise Blast. We'll go ahead and select tasks from the sidebar. Here we see a list of all the tasks we have in the system. Now, tasks can be a follow-up item from an audit. It could be used for new store openings, or sometimes it's just a general one-off task. If we click on the task, we see when it was assigned, what store it's related to, and a brief description. We can leave comments or upload a picture or a file here as well. We can also view the related action plan or audit for this task, and we can change the status to mark it as started or completed. This is a great way for you and your business coach to collaborate on an ongoing basis. Well, that's it for now. If you have any questions about your account, please reach out to your business coach or district manager. Thank you and hope you enjoy using Franchise Blast.